Hello and welcome to today's video on high altitude investing. In today's video, I'm going to be talking all about Bitcoin because I feel it's a very important time to be updating about different scenarios and my personal trading plan with Bitcoin. Before we get into this, make sure that you guys hit that like button as well as the subscribe button because as you can see, I am dedicated to uploading 5 videos a week all through 2020 to keep you guys posted and updated in the markets. Also, make sure that you comment down below where you're tuning in from in this beautiful world. And without further ado, let's get straight into the analysis. This is the Brave New Liquid Index for Bitcoin. This is also known as BLX on tradingview.com, which I'm pretty sure is the only place that you can pull up this chart. And this gives you data in Bitcoin all the way back from when it was worth virtually nothing at under a penny, all the way up to the peak of the market in 2018 and 17 at around 20,000 per coin. So this gives you a lot of price history for Bitcoin, and I really like the fact that it gives you the most data when all of the other exchanges end around 2012, I believe. So most of them start right where this cycle starts that goes up to the $1,000 level. Now I have a purple logarithmic trend line drawn here, and this is an arcing trend line. This is also known as a regression curve, meaning that every single time that the market sees a retracement, if you meet those lows together, you're creating a regression arc. And this is a really important support level. As you can see, we have pierced into it in the past. In 2015, when we did our final capitulation, we actually went a little bit below this trend line, and then we saw the huge bull market that came afterwards. And we're seeing a very similar thing occur right now. So I'm still long on Bitcoin. I bought a lot in this dip. I'm very excited about it. And I think it's a great time to be piling into the markets. With that being said, I do have a very interesting death wick scenario that I'm looking at just in case, because I want to look at this death wick scenario as something that is still possible as happening, so that I have a plan around it and so that I don't get shook out in the market and so that I still stay profitable all through that movement. So this right here is a chart that I posted on my TradingView. If you guys do not follow me on Twitter and TradingView, you guys can get updated analysis even when I'm not posting on YouTube on both of these places. So make sure that you are following me on both of those places. This is showing that we had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Elliott wave cycle up to 20,000 per coin, a WXY correction down to 3,000 per coin, and the beginning of a new bullish cycle with our first impulse and our first correction back down to support. Now, the only way that that count would be invalidated is if this ABC count is actually what's happening. And that would really happen if we have a support failure of our major horizontal support at around 3,000. That would probably give us a death wick that would take us down to around 1.2 thousand, where the market would recover very quickly and still trend up towards new all-time highs. So this is very important to me because I think if this did happen, if this scenario did happen, most people would be getting shooken out very quickly in a short period of time, and the market would still return to a very large bull market. So that's one of those things that I will be looking at very closely. If we do drop towards that level, I will be piling in as much money as possible. Either way, I piled in a lot of my cash reserves when we dipped and failed support of that 6,600 level, and then we went down towards that $4,000 level. I put a lot of my cash reserves in, and as you can see, this blue scenario is the primary and that red scenario is the alternative, but both the alternative and the primary count head towards a bull market around the same time. So even if we do go for that alternative, like I said, it will be a very quick thing and wouldn't last very long at all. I personally am really watching this 5,000 level and specifically the $3,000 level in Bitcoin, because those are the major horizontal support levels that would have to fail for us to see a death wick to 1.2. But you guys, Bitcoin is an extremely volatile asset. And when something is very volatile, sometimes you can get wicks. You know, I've seen Ethereum in its last cycle. Ethereum had some death wicks that took it down to like $6 and $8 on different exchanges. Now, I don't think that Bitcoin would go down to $8, but death wicks can occur, and the bottom of them You really don't know. So this is one of those scenarios where it's a high enough probability of going to 1.2 thousand that I wouldn't use any leverage at all right now in the market. Otherwise, you're going to get liquidated. You're going to get screwed if it does go down that low. But it's a low enough probability that I'm not selling any of my long-term position, even in a dip like that, because it would be a wick, a bullish wick. And that means that sellers would be eaten up very quickly by a large body of buyers that would proceed to carry the market into a large bullish market. So that's my thoughts on Bitcoin, you guys. And I have a few different wave counts. One of the rules of Elliott wave theory is that for a triangle pattern to be valid, it has to occur between the 3 and the 4 wave. And this would be the only valid count I can see on the big picture with the Fibonacci relationships to go ahead and allow for an A, B, C, D, E correction before continuation. And I see that this would be the alternative of that ABC and that quick recovery process as well. And I see that with the logarithmic Fibonacci extension, we actually haven't hit the 1618 Fibonacci extension yet. And so if the logarithmic relations are the same on the linear chart that they are on the logarithmic chart, the 1618 would be the minimum target for the 3 wave, and we have not reached that price point yet. So that's kind of my thoughts with Bitcoin, you guys. Death wicks can occur. I'm not selling my long term. Leverage is really stupid right now. And if it does dip, I will be essentially putting as much money as I can into the markets. I already put quite a bit in this dip, so I won't have a lot of cash reserves left, but I will be piling in. I will probably sell some of my assets and throw it into the markets because it just makes sense. And there won't be an opportunity like that for a long time. I really appreciate you guys tuning in today's video. Again, make sure that you're following me on Twitter, on YouTube, and on my Trading View so you can stay updated in the markets. Also, join the Discord group. Links are in the description box below. And I have been getting an overwhelming amount of people messaging me about the VIP. So I posted in the Discord group all of the information about the VIP. You can also direct message me or email me to get that information as well. And yeah, so Bitcoin is one of those scenarios where it looks like it will be a great time to buy. Either way, right now is a great time to buy. If we dip again, that's an amazing long-term opportunity. And I had to keep you guys posted about the realistic scenarios that Bitcoin can do. Thank you guys again for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next videos. As always, stay profitable out there.